So this is chapter number 8 and
8.
it is Java selection statement. So if you remember flowchart chapter, it is already there in your book. So in that flowchart chapter, we had studied about this shape known as diamond shape for logical expression building. You have all made it now in chapter flowchart using
Yes,
statements
sir.
using diamond,
Sir.
in which we have two different paths,
Yes, sir.
true path and false
Yes.
path. So that was actually the flow chart, but here we will study how to do this thing uh, practically in programming. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
Java's selection statements means uh, there will be a logical expression, and that logical expression can be either true or false. So if we have this value true, then we can do another operation, and if we find the logical expression false, then we can perform another operation. Okay, so without wasting time in theoretical thing, I am just going to start this if statement. If statement in Java. Okay. So how to use this if statement? So first of all, you should learn its syntax. Syntax means how you have to write if statement in program. Okay. So first of all, you have to use this if. If is a keyword in Java programming, and after this there will be this parenthesis, it's a small bracket, and inside this small bracket, we have to give a logical expression. You already know na, how to frame this logical expression. Do you know how to frame logical expressions? Say yes or no. If I am saying logical expression, it means you have to use uh, comparison operators like less than, greater than, less than equals to, greater than uh, equals to, and the last one will be not equals to. So using these operators, you can make logical expressions. Like if you are writing value like 12 greater than equals to 15. So here this statement is a logical expression actually, and its value will be either true or false. So if we have evaluate this expression, then we can see this 12 greater than equals to 15. It is false actually. Okay, so false will be its result. Okay, so using all the operators, we can make this logical expression. And here in the syntax of if, we have to write logical expression. Okay, so this logical expression can be either true or false. And after this, its block will start, means if block, inside this pair of curly bracket, and then there will be else keyword, and then its block will be there. So this is the syntax of if else statement. Okay, so whenever you have to use this if else statement, you have let you have a variable type int named a and one more variable b. Both are of type integer. And now I'm going to provide value in these variables. A equals to I'm taking 12 and b equals to I'm taking uh, let's take 15. Okay, now we have to find out which one is the largest. So for this we can use this if else statement. So inside this if we have to give a logical expression. For logical expression, I can give this if A greater than B. Okay, and I've already told you that here we have to make block of if, and after this if block, we have to make this else block. Okay, so inside this block of if, we have to write programming instructions. Means if this logical expression is true, then what we have to do? Means what program will execute? So we have to mention all those things inside this if block. Okay, so this block will be executed when this expression will be true. And if this expression is false, then this else block will be executed. So inside this block, I am just writing one statement: system dot out dot println. And if this expression is true, it's a is greater than b, it is true. Then which one is the largest? Definitely a will be the largest.
A.
Okay, so here in this bring talent method, I can put a message that A is the largest, like this. Okay, and if this statement is false, then this else block will be executed. So in this else block, I am just using this copy and paste feature, and here I am going to change this A to B. Okay, so in this way, this if else statement uh, we have in Java programming. So what you have to do, first you have to write this if keyword, and in after this you have to use this small bracket, and inside this small bracket you have to put a logical expression. So logical expression means the expression which can be either true or false. Okay, and if it is true, then this if block will be executed by the program, and if it is false, then this else block will be executed in the program. So this is how this if else work. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now next, one more example I am going to take. If we have number n, so for number n, I am going to take one variable int n. Okay, and next we have to find out whether this number n is even number or odd number. Can we find out using this equals?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How?
Using equals to conditional.
Let us give some value, give one value in this n. So I'm going to give this 17. So we know that this 17 is an odd number, but how can computer find out? So we have to write instruction. It's Java program we have to write so that computer can find out whether this n value or odd value. Okay, so I am going to uh, declare the syntax of if, and you will tell what I should write here. Okay. Now in this logical expression, what I should write? Tell.
17 equals to even.
17. So
N
instead of
divided by 2.
writing this 17, can I write here n? No?
Yes, sir. N equals to even.
N equals to even. But what is this even? Does computer know about this even word?
Divisible by 2.
Computer has no knowledge about this even word. No?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this will result an error. Now tell what I should write here.
Divided by 2.
Divided by 2. Any of you can tell. Divided by 2. So n by n by 2, if I am writing here, means 17
Sir,
by 2.
not, sir.
Uh,
Sir, we can write instead of slash.
what we can write?
There should be modulus.
Modulus.
Modulus instead of slash.
Okay. 8 modulus. Then 8 modulus 2. Means 17 modulus 2 will be evaluated. Means 17 modulus 2. What will be the result?
1.
It will
One,
be
sir.
1. So if you are getting 1, then how can you decide that this is even or odd? Means we have to write here a logical expression. That expression can be either true or false. So if I am writing here n modulus 2, so it is generating value 1. So 1 does not mean that it is true or false. 1 means 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so half part is correct, n modulus 2, and then we have to compare this n modulus 2 value with 0.
Yes, sir.
It means first it will evaluate n modulus 2, so the result will be 1. So 1 equals to 0 means this expression will be true or false.
False, sir.
But if this expression is true, then which type of number it will generate, even or odd?
Even.
Even, sir.
So in this if block, I can put this message not system dot out dot println, and in the message I can put not even number or not.
Yes, sir.
And what if this statement is false? Then it means odd number it is.
Yes, sir.
So where I should write this odd number message?
Else
In
block.
else block.
In else block. Okay, correct. So here instead of writing this even number, I should write odd number. Okay. So in this way we can make this program. Is that clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So any confusion you have, you can ask now about
No,
this
sir.
if else block.
No confusion, sir.
Okay. Then I'm going to run this, write this program in this Java, and I'm going to run this. Okay, so I'm going to take new. So our all programs should start with this class, and I'm going to take the name as number, and inside this class I'm going to make this main function public static void main string args. Then its block will start from here, and I'm going to take one variable and type int, and then put this value n equals to any number value you can take, like I'm going to take this 18. Okay, and from here I will start my if else statement. So in this box bracket I will write this logical expression n modulus 2 equals to 0, whether this its remainder is 0 or not. So this is how we can check whether the number is even or odd. We have to divide the number with the 0 by 0, and then we check whether the remainder is getting 0 or non-zero. Okay. So here the message will be even number. Then this else block will start. If and else both are actually keywords, so you have to write it in a smaller case every time. And here will be message odd. Now there will be two more closing, one for the main function and one for the class. Now save this file. Name of the file is number.java, and now run this program here. No error. Now going to run. So it is showing even number as output. You can see that
Yes.
even number, because here I have taken this value 18. So if I change this value to 21, then it should show odd number. So let us check again. Again compile this. Now run this. You can see odd number.
Yes, sir.
It is easy now to use.
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So only you have to think that how can we make this logical expression correct way before using this. Okay. So one more question I'm giving you. And then we do. Otherwise, you do this. The question is write a program in Java to calculate amount to be paid number of units consumed. Take rate equals to 6.42 per unit if number of unit is less than equals to 100. Otherwise, take rate equals to 8.95, which it is in rupees actually, is 8.95 per unit. Okay, so can you make this program?
Yes, sir.
It is actually for electricity bill calculating. So in this program, you have to take the number of units as input. Okay, and rate will be 6.42 per unit if number of unit is less than equals to 100. If it is more than 100, then you have to take this rate 8.95 per unit, and at last you have to calculate uh, amount to be paid, okay, according to given number of units. Can you write this program or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can write it.
Aditya Pandey, Aman Kumar, what about you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We can try, sir.
So a number of ways exist to write this program. Let's see how you all write, and I think you can write it because it is very. You have to just
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can.
check the number of units consumed, and just there is
Yes,
condition.
sir.
There is condition given here, na? Yeah, if unit is less than equals to 100, you have
Yes,
to
sir.
take rate equals to this much, and if it is more than 100, then you have to take this value as a rate. Okay. So here in this case statement, you put your logical expression based upon which you have to take the value of rate, and after this, in this if block, you uh, do your operation of calculating amount. Okay.
Yes, sir.
How many variables are needed in this program?
Two variables, sir.
For what?
One for the unit and one for the result.
And for rate? Is there a need of variable for rate or not? Tell me, is there any need for variable for rate or not?
Yes, sir, it is.
Actually, you can take variable for rate or you can neglect it also, because instead of taking variable for rate, you can directly take its value. Value for rate it is given in question. So you just need this value for multiplication. So
Yes,
you
sir.
can you can take rate variable, or you can neglect it also. That depend upon you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So that's all for today.